Hi darlings, this is Christina at Makeup Box FYI, and I hope you guys are having a great one. Alright, today, so we are going to do a 10-minute holiday look featuring my favorite, Chanel. So without further ado, let's get into it. As you can see, I am barefaced. The only thing that I actually did was do my eyebrows. So, because that is not Chanel product that I used for it, so we're gonna bypass that. So first we're gonna even out our skin tone with my favorite. It is the Chanel Beige Water Fresh Complexion Touch. So this one came out this year. It gives a little more coverage than the Water Fresh tint, which I still love. If you really don't want any makeup, it's a beautiful kind of like primer that kind of smooths and blurs everything. So here I have the B50 actually, which I decided I was a little lighter than this, but for this one, we're fine. And everything else I use for Chanel, it's a B40 for the foundations. So it's kind of like you have little bead particles and you just break it up. So I'm just going to do a small amount because I want my makeup to be really like fresh looking. Like we're doing a beautiful holiday makeup, but it's still gonna look very natural, very easy. So I'll take just another small little pump. Okay, how small? Up, up, up. I'll do the other side of my face. You know, makeup doesn't have to take a long time. I enjoy doing my makeup and luxuriating over it for at least 30 to 45 minutes. It's like a, you know, a creative space for me, but sometimes you don't have time to do that. So that's why I thought I'd do this quick 10-minute makeup routine. So now you can see I've just evened out my face. So the next thing we're gonna do is actually do our concealer. It's the new SUBLIMAGE, and this is in the color 30. So I do have the large container. It gets a little messy. So I actually just transferred a little of my B30 to the samples that my awesome SA gave to me. So I just take a little bit, just a little. You don't need a lot. You see how I already like have like crazy amounts here? Ooh, let's try to rein this in. Now we've just made a nice smooth base. So the next thing we're gonna do, I'm just gonna do one palette because we're doing 10-minute holiday makeup look, right? So I decided to use the prettiest Chanel palette that I've purchased this year. Gosh, they're all so pretty, but I mean this one I feel like is the most easiest to kind of work with. 937 Ombres de Lune. I'm not sure if this is still available, but this is Chanel Holiday. Morphe M535 brush. So we're gonna start with this color here because it's the easiest, like blendable color, because it gives just a slight hint of color without being too much. So you see, just a little touch of color. It's so pretty. And since I have hooded eyelids, I like to really just kind of go higher up in the corner, give myself a little more dimension so it looks like I have more space. I kind of go just above the lid here, but I really raise it in the edge portion, and I feel like it gives me more of a look that I have more opened eyes. Going to create a little depth. Okay, so now we have this is the Wayne Goss 04 brush. I really like this one for the inner corners. So we're gonna take this color here. This is alongside the one we just used. I'm gonna pop it just in the corner. This one is not the darkest color, so it's really nice. if you just want to add a little something, you don't have to blend so much, you know, because you start using darker colors and then you got to start really using your blending skills. And that takes a little longer. You have to take more time to make it look as seamless as possible. So you see how it gives just a little dimension without being too much. Just a little something, right? Between this eye and this. Yeah, I like it. Okay. So far so good. Now I'm going to do my under eye, my lower eyelid with those same colors. We're going to start with that lighter color just underneath. Sometimes this is the Sonia G smudger too. Sometimes this is a little too big if you're doing like colors. Sometimes I go a little further down than I want to. We're going to be okay today, but sometimes I may invest in some other type of smudger when I don't want it to be so low down my lid. Like this one got a little crazy. So now we're going to take the darker color here. And just on the outside, okay? So that took us about 5 minutes. That's going to be the thing that takes us the longest, is the eyes. So that is that. Let's actually use this beautiful gold color here. I'm going to put it along. And this is the Smith 253. No, it is beautiful on its own. But if you want to amp it up, we're going to use a little Fix Plus. And sometimes I like to just make sure that the inner corners are perfect. So I'm going to use the Refer 23 brush. I really like this for the under eye. You just really have to clean it off in between, because oftentimes the color that you want on your inner corner is a lot lighter than obviously your bottom lid. I'm going to do the Chanel Eyeliner. This has been my jam forever. Look at how beautiful the brush is. It just so finely puts that color on your eyelid. So smooth, so nice and black. And it just glides on. Now, this is harder for me to do because I am doing this on camera. But usually this is very easy. It's perfect. Now we're going to get into the creme de la creme. We are going to now do our mascara with my two favorite Chanel mascaras. You know, if you watch any of my previous videos, I am in love with the new Chanel Noir Allure mascara. It's got this awesome click, beautiful mascara wand. It helps separate, and then of course, tried and true classic Chanel Volume. And this bristle is a lot thicker. It gives you lots of volume. So the combination is just in heaven. So Okay, so I'm gonna now, we're just going to add to it, and you see how it gives more fullness on this side versus this. So, okay, so I did the mascara offline. My battery died on me, so let's move on. I've been loving more cream-based things, and so I've been reaching for my Chanel, sorry it's a little dirty, the Chanel Le Beige, and this is in the Healthy Glow Bronzing Cream in the medium color. So it's the $3.95 Soleil Soleil Tan Medium Bronze color, and it is the perfect color for women of color, I think, for, you know, anybody who's kind of like yellow base, you know, red bone type of thing. Some people will know what I mean when I say that. Yes, it is a beautiful bronzer, and so let me just apply this. So I love the Fenty brush for her cream bronzer. I originally got that for the bronzer, only bronzer that I liked at that time. Only cream bronzer, I should say. So as you can see, it just warms up my face. I've never been a contour person because, first of all, I don't really know the artistry of that. And secondly, I never really wanted to change my face, so contouring just didn't appeal to me. Like, of course, we all have things like we wish we were gifted with naturally, you know, in different ways, but I have learned to embrace my insecurities, my long nose, my little hump there, you know, like, we're all different, we're not perfect, and I think when we embrace those things, it's even more beautiful because you are owning who you really are. There's nothing wrong with people wanting to get little modifications if that's what you feel like you need to do, but me personally, I haven't come to that point. I'm just embracing those imperfections. So then I like to set everything with a powder. So I love the Sunset Le Beige that came out many years ago, or I bought maybe like 5 of them over the past few years when it was available. It was like a holiday bronzer that kept coming back in stock, and so I just kept replenishing like two at a time. But this is what initially kind of sold me on Chanel. I was like, if I've never had a bronzer work so well for me, and my essay was so awesome. She knows how much I love it, and when it was no longer available, I purchased something else, and yes, I put a hole in it. Don't ask me why. I like pressed in the middle and it kind of concaved. It's fine, but it's a good dupe for it. It's not as luminous, but you know, it works. So put this over top, but that Sunset is just the most luminous. And at the time I had tried the Tom Ford, was it Tom Ford? It was the Tom Ford bronzer, but I wasn't a fan of that. I felt like it made me look so ashy. So when Chanel did this, oh, in heaven. I was in heaven. Okay, so now we are going to put on the most beautiful, unfortunately no longer available blush, which is Evening Beige. This was the most beautiful, it is the most beautiful kind of neutral shade for, you know, women of our tone. I'm trying to see if it'll pick up the coloring. This is a new camera to me. I want to give you guys the best quality possible to see things, but I am working on trying to understand how to work this. Okay, so bear with me. We're in a learning curve together. So anyway, it's very light, and I don't know if it's picking up. I'm hoping it's picking up, but it's very pretty, very subtle. So I'm going to just put this on my cheeks. A little on my nose to marry everything together. And if you really want to marry everything together, you could also just put a little of a blush with your eyeshadow, just a little, and then it kind of like brings everything together. If you want, you don't have to do that. Optional. We have to put a little highlighter on, and of course we're going to use the most beautiful highlighter that I ever did see. You know, Chanel is no joke when it comes to their packaging, but this is the ÉCLAT Luminaire, which came out this holiday season, and I chose the CUIVRE DORÉ color because it was just so gorgeous. It's, sorry about the handprints guys, the fingerprints, but it is this beautiful imprint of the moon with the Chanel bottle over top, and I'm just gonna pick up all the beauty there. It is gorgeous, just gorgeous. Oh, this is just a random little brush. I forgot where I got it. RT, oh, I don't even know. I just like the color of it. You know, me and iridescence, we have a love affair. So I get suckered into, you know, any type of, ooh, child, this highlighter is so beautiful. Every time I put it on, I'm just in awe with how stunning this shine is. Look at it. Oh my gosh, I seriously can't. And you shouldn't put a lot. You don't need a lot. See me, just a little tap, little tap. But I love it so much. It's so pretty. So pretty. Okay, so now that we're done with that, now we're gonna set everything, okay? It is the Chanel Universal powder. It's a loose, natural finish loose powder. I've had this for a while. This is in the color 40. And I feel like for my coloring, anybody in this color will, you know, it's olive tone skin. It is a beautiful shade. There's so much in it. Like I said, I've had this for a while. When I say a while, I want to say at least a few years. And I have so much left. But we're going to just set my face. So I'm just going to pick just a little bit up like this. And we're going to just fix it all. Just want to set all of this. Yeah. Let it blend. Okay, so our last and final finishing touch is the Chanel 58 Rouge V color. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. And yes, I'm still rocking the sample because I wear red so infrequently, but this color is just so scrumptious. Oh, I love it. And the liner I use with it is not a Chanel liner, so I'm not going to talk about it, but this color here, it is something to behold. So let me just show you. And then I will just reapply. And then it really will stay. You guys tell me this is the most beautiful, sophisticated, sexy red you ever did see. Yeah, it's my favorite red by far. Even though I have the Le Tenue, which is another of my favorites in red, and that will help it stay and not bleed everywhere, but I found like with the liner that I choose to use with this red color, it tends to work just fabulously. So yeah, this is my 10-minute Chanel holiday look. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that it helped you decide if you want to pick any of these pretty things up. I'm a sucker for Christmas things and all things seasonal, and obviously Chanel in general. It is my weakness. So yeah, I hope you guys have a fantastic week, and I will catch you in the next ones.